Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to this year's first live of 2024. Welcome to our channel. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. We appreciate your support. Welcome to Ninth Island Connection. Take some time to look around and see what you think. Comment on some of the videos. Let us know what you guys would like to see more of in 2024. You can definitely add that to our list. If this is the first time that you've been on our channel, hi Lisa, welcome, Happy New Year. We are a weekly lifestyle television show. So we are a broadcast television show that is based here in Vegas. When I mean broadcast, I mean we're on ABC, we're on CBS, we're on the CW, in various markets throughout the country, every single week in a fully produced television show that we produce right here in Vegas. We bring you restaurants, we bring you entertainers like Carlos Santana, for example. We interview athletes that live here in Vegas, like Shane Victorino, for example, Brad Tavares, a UFC fighter. Really everything going on in Vegas. So check out our channel so that you can see where you can watch our television show wherever you are. All right, so let's get into the first live of the year. Almost forgot how to do them. It's been so long. Love the channel. Hey, side bet. Thank you. Looking forward to the big show in June at the South Point. Never been to a show like that before, so definitely excited to see what a collectible show is like here in Vegas. Speaking of shows, there's a big show happening right now that we're going to talk about. But first of all, let's talk about the weather. We're going to talk about what you can expect if you're going to be in town this weekend. And it's all over the place. So tomorrow, Thursday, the 11th, we might actually get some snow here in the Vegas Valley. There's a storm up north in the Reno, Tahoe area, and that impacts our weather, as well as California. California weather impacts our weather. Obviously, the closer you are to the mountains, the colder it's going to be because of the elevation. In the Vegas Valley, though, they still get snow from time to time. If you guys look, do a couple Google searches, you'll find snow at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. It does happen. So the weather this weekend is going to be all over the place. We're talking about potential for snow tomorrow, Thursday, January 11th, and as high as 60 next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, with full sun. So it's really everywhere. And that's how it is this time of year. January and February are very kooky for weather here. Those months are very kooky for weather here in Vegas. When you think about it, Vegas pool season starts in March, depending on the weather. But by March, we're already into the high 70s, low 80s. So these 2 months can be pretty brutal if you're not used to it, like we are not, because we moved here from Hawaii, where average temperature is 85 degrees all year long. So I hate these 2 months just for the weather. But the good thing about these couple months is that it gives us an opportunity to explore more inside of the properties, to spend more time in properties like the Wynn and the Venetian, Resorts World Las Vegas, where we would typically just pop in there to grab a drink, do a little gambling, and then get on out of there to the next place. So that's what you can expect. So when another thing related to weather is when it's windy, it's cold wind. It's a really cold wind. But if there's no wind and it's full sun, then it's actually very pleasant. If it's a high of 60 degrees, full sun with no wind, it's actually really nice to be outside. You just want to make sure you have a light jacket and then have a heavier jacket for the evening, because once the sun goes down, which these days is around 4:45-ish is sunset, it gets cold immediately. Immediately gets cold. So be prepared for that. Hey, DG, Happy New Year. Hi, Gail. Welcome. Lisa, DG, Tracy, Ellison. Hey, welcome. All you guys. Appreciate you guys supporting our channel. So let's get into the news. There's a lot going on in Vegas right now. Some of it people will like, some of it people are not going to like, depending on how you feel about Vegas. We do get a lot of comments on social media. I do get emails and messages about how Vegas used to be. And it's not like that anymore. And those people that like to share about, I love hearing about those stories. I never got to go to the Stardust or the old Sahara, Riviera, those iconic properties. I never got to go to them. I feel like I was gypped, but hey, that was before my time of coming here to Vegas. Those properties are gone. Vegas is steamrolling forward, and there's just so much going on. So let's get started. Big news right now is Bellagio Fountains, the sidewalk is closed once again. So it was closed for a long time as they were putting in the grandstands for F1. And then they wanted to replace the trees, so it stayed closed even after they took the grandstands down. It was still, the sidewalk was closed because they decided to put trees in flower pots. So they had to make these big holes in the ground to fit these potted trees for next F1. They will be able to just pull the trees out, just pull the pots out, put some kind of cover on there, throw the grandstands, because F1 is coming back next November. Some people, I don't think there was anyone that was really, or there was a small percentage of people that were just okay with F1, didn't love it, didn't hate it, just kind of like whatever. It created a bunch of jobs here in Southern Nevada, which is fantastic because those dollars stay here in the local economy, which is always great, right? Always great to see that. But then others did not like all of the crowds and the traffic and just all the people that came in that were going to be coming into Vegas for that event. So they put the trees back. The sidewalk was open for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, right around Christmas time, I guess. It was open again, the sidewalk in front of Bellagio Fountains. People that were here were happy. They could see the fountain shows once again, and now it's closed again. Why is it closed? Because they're going to put a massive platform out there for, I believe it's CBS that's broadcasting Super Bowl this year. They're going to have a big outside studio on top of the Bellagio Fountains. They're building a massive platform out there. So if you're in town this weekend, you can see that. That's what's going on right now. So the sidewalk in front of Bellagio Fountains is closed once again. Now, how long is this going to take to put that platform up? And will it be open before Super Bowl on February 11th? We don't know. They don't have a timeline. All they have is approximate timelines. I don't like to share approximates or guesses. I'll just be honest and say, I don't know because they don't know. They're working on getting it done as fast as possible to have as little impact as possible with traffic on Las Vegas Boulevard, as well as pedestrian traffic on the sidewalks there on the Las Vegas Strip. So we are actually going to be staying down on the Strip next week for a couple of nights, and we'll bring you an update on, check out our Instagram if you're not following us, Ninth Island Connection. Check us out on TikTok. And here, of course, on YouTube, I'm going to be posting some updates when we're down there. I'm going to put a couple shorts up. I'm going to do some stuff on Instagram as well as our TikTok. So subscribe to those if you are not. When we're down there next week, early next week, I'm going to be getting updates on Bellagio Fountains and publishing it right here for you guys. Hey, Arnold, Happy New Year. Just a few thousand shy of Diamond Elite, huh? We were Diamond Elite once, but then I think the biggest difference was the $600 airfare reimbursement. And being that we live here, that really is something that we don't need. So we're fine with Diamond Plus. But congratulations, all you guys out there, Diamond Elite and 7 stars. That's awesome for 2024. All right, so we talked about that. They're building that Super Bowl. Another big story, and this is going to happen. The dollars have been approved. The project has been approved. There is going to be a pedestrian bridge that's going to connect Resorts World Las Vegas and the Wynn. And this is going to be a diagonal bridge. There aren't any other diagonal pedestrian bridges on the Las Vegas Strip. This is going to be the first one. I can't speak for the entire state of Nevada because I live in Vegas, and I don't know what's going on in the rest of the state, but it's going to be the first diagonal bridge that will connect Resorts World Las Vegas with the Wynn Encore, which is, I mean, the big winner in that, in my opinion, is Resorts World Las Vegas, because that place is beautiful. The casino is beautiful. The pool is absolutely amazing. Probably the nicest pool on the Las Vegas Strip is the pool complex at Resorts World Las Vegas. But it's dead. There's no energy in there. People go there for concerts and then they leave. Might go there to eat and then they leave. I've never once seen on any social media platform about anybody like winning a big jackpot at Resorts World Las Vegas. Now, could it be that they just don't disclose that information? Possibly. I know that there are some properties that do not share that information because they don't want their competitors to go after their high rollers. So they see a picture of me holding a big check that I won at Resorts World Las Vegas, $1 million or a couple $100,000. Then maybe Caesars Entertainment might try to entice me to go to their properties with different offers. So could that be the case? Maybe. But you know what? I don't know. I do know that I love hearing about people winning at various properties, and I will go to those properties because I see people winning big all the time. And of course, in my mind, I'm thinking that could be me, right? Or I was just there last week. I can't wait to get back. Somebody won a big jackpot the day after I was there. So we'll see. But I know Resorts World Las Vegas is the big winner with this one here. So that's exciting. There is no timeline on when they're going to break ground, a project completion date. I'm 100% sure that they're not going to do anything before Super Bowl. And then, after Super Bowl, you're rolling right into March Madness, spring break, pool season, and then you're in summer. So, and then rolling into Labor Day weekend and F1 again in November. So when are they going to get this done? How are they going to make it happen? I have no idea, but I do know that it's going to be a massive disruption on the Las Vegas Strip. So close, but is good. Awesome. All right, let's talk about more news. So speaking about Super Bowl, I have gotten a couple messages on Instagram, folks asking about what's Super Bowl going to be like here in Vegas. And really, nobody can say what it's going to be like because, and if there's anybody out there telling you exactly what it's going to be like, I don't know. Maybe they lived in a city where there was Super Bowl, but Super Bowl has never been in Vegas. I can tell you that with 100% certainty that it's going to be an expensive weekend. There are casino properties already selling packages, what they're calling a Super Bowl experience or big game experience. What does that mean? That means that the big bars in the casino properties are going to be charging cover charges, and they're going to have drink minimums in these bars to go sit and watch the Super Bowl. That is 100% going to happen. And I'm talking places like Flavor Town, for example, that bar restaurant, Guy Fieri's place over there between Horseshoe and Paris. They're going to have a Super Bowl party. They're going to charge people to come in. You're going to have to buy a ticket. You're going to have drink requirements. Most certainly, you're going to have a reservation or buy this ticket package in advance. You can expect that all across Vegas. Now, where you can, and these will probably be full too, it will be bars like Bugsy's Bar at Flamingo, for example, just a center casino bar, because there's no way to enclose that or block anybody that's playing craps, for example, or roulette from watching the television there. So that'll be pretty safe. But your bars, your indoor places like the front yard at Ellis Island, they're definitely going to have a Super Bowl party experience thing that you're going to have to pay for entry. It's going to be a madhouse. I live here in Vegas. I will be in Vegas, but at home watching the Super Bowl on television and staying far away from Las Vegas Boulevard because it's going to be nuts. Let's see what else is going on. So one place that already released a package that I can say because it's been announced is South Point, which is one of my favorite properties. Zenshin, Las Vegas, the best Asian restaurant, one of the best Asian restaurants in town. They're actually in South Point, Las Vegas. So we do go there quite often. So South Point announced a $900 package already for Super Bowl weekend. And what is that going to give you? That's going to give you 2 nights, only 2 nights at South Point for $900 for Super Bowl weekend. But you're going to get 4 tickets to their, what they're calling their big game party. And that's going to be standard. If South Point is doing it, you better believe that Cosmopolitan, Vidara, New York, Caesars, all of these places are going to have big game packages similar to what they did for F1. They're all going to have these parties, and they're going to take advantage of that. So speaking about Super Bowl and these properties capitalizing on the foot traffic that's going to be in town, Hard Rock has just announced that they're not touching the Mirage yet. So originally they were going to start after Super Bowl, but then they realized they got all that F1 money in November. They're getting all that Super Bowl money. Right after Super Bowl is March Madness, and then you've got spring break, and then you're rolling into summer. And their original plan was to shut the entire property down, shut down the casino, shut down the hotel, 100% shut down, and change over to Hard Rock, remodel the rooms, expand the casino floor. I think they're almost doubling the amount of casino space out there. And then, of course, the big guitar-shaped hotel that they're going to put where the volcano is. Now, they said that might not even happen until like 2027, 2028 timeframe. So who knows? If in my opinion, because Vegas is seeing record travel for 2 years consecutive. 2022 was a record year. 2023 beat 2022, and there's no sign of it slowing down in 2024. So is it smart? I'm not a casino employee. I'm unbiased. Nobody pays me for any of these opinions. This is just a guess. Why would they shut down the entire property that they spent hundreds of millions of dollars to acquire, shut it completely down with no revenue for however long to rebrand into Hard Rock? If it were me, if it was Sebastian's Resort and Casino, I would take the sign Mirage down, put up Sebastian's, and business as usual. But hey, that's just me, right? They don't ask me for my opinion. Let's see. So you guys may have heard me talk about local deals on shows here in Vegas during the slower time of year. So this was just released. Right now, Ticketmaster is having a sale, and you have to use the keyword term hangover to get a special discount to various shows here in Vegas. And again, this is because we're in a slow window. Yes, Super Bowl is going to be nuts, but that's going to come. The people are going to come, be here for the week, and then they go home, and it's going to be dead again until March Madness, and then again roll into spring break. So if you're going to looking at being here in spring and want to see a show, head over to Ticketmaster, and you're going to want to use the code HANGOVER. They're not paying me. This is just a thing I saw in the news, and I wanted to share it with you guys because we enjoy it being here local. We see it on our local news when they have these special sales targeting locals, really, because it's on our local news and not yours. But sharing it with you guys, and I have nothing to gain. You can see shows like Kelly Clarkson, Maroon 5, Miranda Lambert. Miranda Lambert right now has a deal on Groupon where it's like 47% off of Miranda Lambert tickets up until like April or something like that. And you can get tickets for like $50. So some great deals. And again, that was just announced a couple days ago. Let's see. Talking about events going on right now, CES is the biggest electronic show. And it's happening right now in Vegas. It started Monday or Tuesday, but it goes through Friday. So all of those people, there's 130,000 attendees for just CES. So what does that mean for this upcoming weekend? Actually, right now and through the weekend, it's crazy busy on the Strip right now. So you can expect longer than usual wait times at the airport for rideshare. You can expect to be in heavy traffic as you're moving around, whether you're in a car or on the sidewalk. Pedestrian traffic is very heavy right now. You're going to have restaurants that are going to be completely shut down for private parties for CES, right? There's 4,000 vendors. So those 4,000 vendors, their companies are having parties and reserving entire restaurants for probably their high-end clients and their employees. So expect that. If you're going to be here this weekend and there's a place that you really want to go, you're going to want to make sure that you give them a call and make sure that they're not closed for a private party this weekend, or else you're going to be stuck wandering around trying to find somewhere to eat, somewhere to get into. Road closures for Super Bowl have been announced, and all I can tell you, it's going to be everywhere. If you're going to be here in town for Super Bowl weekend, it'd be the best advice that I could give you. The best advice that I could give you is do not rent a car, because it's going to be a mess when it comes to traffic. You're going to be better off just on foot, walking around the Strip. Probably not a good idea to try to do road trips, because the highway is going to be a disaster. Las Vegas Boulevard is going to be a disaster because of all the side streets, especially around Allegiant Stadium, that are going to be shut down. Now, Allegiant Stadium, that's on the south end of the Strip. So that's the heavy California drive-in traffic on that side of the Strip. So it's going to be crazy busy. And like I said, my best advice would be do not rent a car if you're coming here for Super Bowl, and expect to be waiting at the airport longer than usual for a ride share or a taxi. Not just because they're going to be busy, but because of all of the road closures around the Strip. You're probably going to have rideshare drivers that are not going to touch the Strip either, because it's going to be so crazy busy. And as you guys know, the good thing about rideshare is you get a fixed rate regardless of the amount of time. And I have spoken to many rideshare drivers here in Vegas that said they plan on staying away from Las Vegas Boulevard during Super Bowl, because they might have a $25, $30 fare from the airport to, say, Venetian, and it could take them 45 minutes to an hour. And that's not worth their time. So just expect and be patient. Be patient, because there's going to be everybody else is going to be waiting with you, right? So just be patient. And if you are coming, I hope you have a great, great time here in Las Vegas during Super Bowl. So let's see what else. So the Fontainebleau, you guys already, don't forget to hit the like. Thank you so much, DG. Please give us a like here. We appreciate you guys. So Fontainebleau, Fontaine. There's a lot of different pronunciations. And all I can say is, in my defense, I was born in New York. I went to high school in Virginia. I lived in the South for many years. I lived in Hawaii for most of my adult life. I lived in the Midwest for 2 years. And now I've been in Vegas for 3 years. So my accent is all over the place. A little New York comes out, like my t-shirt. Cup of regular coffee. I have a little Southern accent that sneaks out every once in a while. So anyway, Fontainebleau is open. We have not been there yet because we were in Florida on vacation when they opened, but there are plenty of YouTube videos out there. And from what I see, the property looks absolutely beautiful. The color scheme, the floors, the restaurants, all of the decor, the artwork. I can't wait to get down there. We're going to be down there next week. So I can't wait to check it out. And we'll do a couple small videos about that. But there's so much out there. If you guys are interested in Fontainebleau, just do a quick search here on YouTube, and you're going to find a ton of video from lots of different YouTubers here in Vegas that were there for the grand opening and all that stuff. But there is a little bit, I don't know why, again, because I have not been there, and you don't hear a lot of negative things about, actually, you never hear anything negative about Las Vegas Boulevard, things that are going on there, because you don't want the bad press, right? But the senior vice president of casino operations was fired on January 2nd. I think they opened like a week before that or something. and they fired the senior vice president of casino operations. Now, the way they said it was they have parted ways. Now it could be because I used to work and when I was in corporate America, I did do store openings and brand new property openings. I was part of a team that traveled around the country and opened up new stores for a major Fortune 500 brand here in the States. And there are people that will be on just to kind of create the property, get it up and running, and then they move on to another project, and that's what they do. So could this be the case with this guy, the senior vice president of casino operations? Could they have brought him in for the initial build out, get it all up and running, and then kind of just hand it over to somebody else? Could have happened. You never know, but I thought it was pretty nuts that it was just like a week after they opened. But that's already happened. So let's see. One of the biggest things, announcements that has just happened, it's been talked about for a while, since before F1, they were talking about this, but this is actually passed. So the Clark County Commission has approved a new city ordinance for Las Vegas. And this is going to have a huge impact on a lot of people. I understand why they're doing it. I don't like it myself. I'm not a fan of this new ordinance. But like I said, I understand why they're doing it. And we'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. So the new ordinance is no stopping or standing on pedestrian bridges on the Las Vegas Strip. So I think a lot of that has to do with the area by the Wynn. Once the Sphere opened, so many people just standing up there on that pedestrian bridge, taking pictures. And then there were a lot of incidents in 2023 regarding homeless with mental illness, some confrontations with tourists here in Vegas. And you guys have seen these folks, and I'm not speaking bad about them. It's a terrible, terrible situation. I can never imagine having mental illness and being homeless or houseless as well. I can imagine. I feel for those guys. But a lot of them, you see them sleeping on pedestrian bridges. Again, some of them have animals. Some of them do have mental illness and can be violent. So I think this ordinance is really a way of allowing police a tool to be able to move these guys. Hopefully, they're going to be partnering with some social service outreach groups when they're engaging with the homeless population with mental illness that do hang out on and around the pedestrian bridges to help get them some help. There's a lot of homeless veterans here in Vegas as well, and there's so much outreach and so many social services to help these folks. So hopefully, this helps get some of that population the help that they need, get them in a place. Get them, taken care of, so hopefully that's what it does. But, so what does that mean for people like me, even where I've done videos on pedestrian bridges? One of my favorite spots is a pedestrian bridge from New York over to MGM Grand. And at sunset, you just get the lights are coming on the strip. It's a beautiful spot for pictures and video. And I've done a lot of that there. So, are they going to come move us along? You guys, when you guys are here in Vegas, taking selfies, taking pictures of the strip down there. How is that? I wonder how they're going to police that. And does that mean that there's going to be more police just hanging out on pedestrian bridges to make sure that nobody stops? Is there going to be tickets, or are you just going to be hurried along? Really curious to see how that's going to unfold, especially with Super Bowl coming up here in we're almost just a month away, right? February 11th. Today's the 10th. We're just a month away from Super Bowl, the first time ever here in Vegas. And they passed this ordinance that says no stopping or standing on pedestrian bridges. So you're going to have a lot of people that are coming to Vegas for the first time, I'm sure, and want to take selfies and want to record on these pedestrian bridges. So we'll see. We'll see. More to come on that one. So, all right. Let's get into some entertainment this weekend here in Vegas. So I'm going to high level cover some of the regular stuff that's here, not to downplay the regular stuff, because there's just tons of great entertainment. But a lot of the entertainment is here whenever you're here, and I highly recommend, going to see a magic show, going to see a Cirque show, any Cirque show. I've seen, I think, every single Cirque show, and they're all fantastic. Various ticket prices depending on the show that you're going to see, but highly recommend. Those are here all the time, right? These are some shows that are just going to be here this weekend. So you've got Frankie Valli over here that's going to be at the Westgate. This guy's been performing in Vegas forever. He's going to be here 12, 13, and 14. So all weekend, he's going to be here in Vegas over at the Westgate. Now, expect that to be very, very busy if you do head over to the Westgate. The Westgate's number one clientele is convention attendees because it's so close to the convention center. And like I said, right now, CES is in town, 130,000 attendees, 4,000 vendors. So I'm sure the Westgate is going to be crazy, crazy busy. But it's a monorail stop also. It's going to be chilly in Vegas. If you want to head over there, jump on the monorail. It's the easiest, fastest way to get from one end of the strip over to the Westgate. Let's see who else is in town. Oh, we got Mike Epps is going to be. Oh, look at that. I'm just missing pool time right now. This is over at the Mirage. That's our friend Jackie right there that was visiting from Illinois. Can't wait for pool season to get back. So we've got Mike Epps over at the Venetian. That's going to be on the 13th. You've got Marlon Wayans over at Virgin Hotels that used to be Hard Rock off of the Strip, and that's going to be on the 13th as well. And like I said, you do have all your Cirque shows in town. You've got your Absinthe, Opium over at Cosmopolitan, which is an amazing show. Love that show. So you've got all of that stuff is still here, right? Jersey Boys are also going to be in town. They're back for a regular residency here in Vegas. So they're going to be here from Wednesdays through Sundays. And that show is actually, look at me talking to me. Oh, there I am. That was at the Mirage, one of the best pools. I absolutely love that pool. Their show is 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's a really, really long show for Vegas. So we'll see. They're popular though. I think it's interesting that Jersey Boys is having a residency right now, and Jersey Boys really tells the story of Frankie Valli when his whole group was coming up. And Frankie Valli is here at the Westgate performing as well, separate from the Jersey Boys. I wonder if they hang out. Like, where do they go after their shows? Is there do they go to the Peppermill and just catch up? Do they watch each other's shows? I just thought that was interesting. Anyway, that's just me being a nerd. Let's move on. We got Santana over at the House of Blues on the 12th. So that's going to be on Friday. And House of Blues, I have to tell you, and like I've said before, nobody pays me or my channel to recommend anything here in Vegas when we do our weekly lives. So just to be clear, what I say is based on our personal experience living here in Vegas and seeing various shows here in Vegas. But House of Blues is actually one of the best venues for music because it's a small, intimate space. It's in Mandalay Bay, so you've got tons of dining options there at Mandalay Bay. You've got dining options in the shops at Mandalay Bay that connects over to Luxor. Lots of gambling if you want to pregame before your show at House of Blues, or you could just go to House of Blues restaurant, which is connected to the showroom, which is downstairs. It's just a great venue for music. Really like it there. So if you get a chance, check it out. And Santana is awesome. We've had him on our television show. I've interviewed him. Such a great, humble guy. So check that out. We've got Drew Hill and Genuine together over at Virgin on the 14th. Now, with Drew Hill and Genuine, you would think that would be like a Valentine's Day show, right? But they're going to be here on the 14th over at Virgin. And then again, that's the old Hard Rock that's off the Strip. Impractical Jokers is going to be performing, which I love that TV show, but I couldn't find anywhere if it's all three of them or just two of them, because one of them did leave the show a few years ago. So we'll see. I'm not sure. They didn't say who's going to be with them, if it's all three of them or just two of them, but they are hilarious. America's met 4 of the stars. Oh, awesome, Cliff. Thanks for sharing. All started with AGT, got more shows and other AGT contestants. Yep. Absolutely right, Gary. There's a lot of those guys that, because that's what they win. So they're performing here in Vegas and they win a residency here in Vegas. So yeah, there's so much great entertainment, and really at any range for ticket prices. You can get $10, $15 tickets, and then, on up to, Adele that you're going to pay $1,000 to go see. But I always recommend catching a show. It's just such a Vegas experience if you're going to be visiting, right? Do dinner, do a show, a late night happy hour somewhere. Always recommend that. So Impractical Jokers is going to be at Resorts World Las Vegas on the 13th. Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be over at the Wynn the 13th and 14th. And he comes here a lot. So if you don't catch him this weekend, 13th and 14th, I'm sure you can look him up online and he will be back, because I feel like he was here almost every couple months in 2023. He was here in town performing at the Wynn. So his show must be doing well for him to keep coming back. And I'm pretty sure he lives in probably LA with all the other super famous performers, right? Let's talk about sports. We've got VGK, Vegas Golden Knights, are going to be at home at T-Mobile Arena on the 13th and 15th. And you know what? If you're not a hockey fan, it doesn't matter. It's so much more than just a hockey game. It's entertainment. From pre-gaming with the big pre-game march that happens through the park area there outside of New York, that goes all the way to T-Mobile Arena. Just to the beginning of the show, they do a big sword fight, the beginning of the game, they do a big sword fight out there on the ice. It's such a great experience, totally worth checking out. And tickets are actually reasonable. So definitely recommend it. April 2nd, awesome. Jokers, you are Salmer and Quinn. Also, all three of them again. Okay, thanks for sharing, Cliff. I believe it was Sal that left a few years ago. He left the show, personal reasons stuff. Not gonna talk about that, but good to see that they're back together. They're awesome. They're a great team. You've got TNA Wrestling is going to be over at the Palms on the 13th. Oh, Joe left. That's right, Joe. You've got TNA Wrestling over at the Palms on the 13th. The Palms is a beautiful property also. And again, I have to keep saying this because I do get comments and people saying you should disclose any sponsorships or if receiving royalties for what you recommend. And it's almost a couple times per week that I have to tell people, no, we do not receive royalties. Nobody pays me for endorsing anything on this channel. I personally just think the Palms is a slept-on property. It's such a beautiful property. There's great food. The casino's beautiful. The service is amazing. It's just a great property. You should go check it out. So they have wrestling there on the 13th. And then we've got the American Rodeo Contender Series happening at South Point on the 13th, which rodeo is huge. This is cowboy country in Vegas. People don't, I think that a lot of folks that come to Vegas and just see the strip don't really understand. This is cowboy country out here, and these rodeo events are huge. So and they're fun. These guys are crazy that go out there on these horses and do what they do out there. I mean, it's amazing to see these guys. So if you get a chance, you want to head over to the South Point on the 13th. The American Rodeo Contender Series is going on. So as always, we're going to end with winners. Some big winners here. Not me, although I did win, or my wife won probably about $800 total on the same machine 2 different times at Planet Hollywood, which is pretty fun. So that was our big win. But over New Year's Eve here in Vegas, there were 6 different jackpots that totaled over $1.6 million here in Vegas. So that's awesome. I just love seeing that. And there's been lots of winners. If you guys want to follow some social media, follow Caesars, follow MGM, just their general channels, and follow the Cal, follow South Point. They all do a really good job at, who was I talking to? At promoting winners there. And you'll see $15,000 winners, $20,000, $50,000, just so much here in Vegas. And they're smart for doing that because they get my attention and they always have me thinking, that could have been me. Why wasn't it me? So that's it, guys. That's it. So I'll just end it like I started it. If you guys are new here to our channel, thank you so much for supporting our channel. If you didn't know, please check our channel out. We're actually a television show. We air every week. We air across the entire state of Hawaii twice per week on K5 and KHNL, CBS, and sometimes NBC. We air on ABC and the CW 5 times per week across Guam, Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, so all of the territories. We air probably about 15 times per week here in the Vegas Valley on Cox Cable. We're on channel 14, channel 37, and channel 379. All of Southern California, we air every Thursday evening. We air in Yuma, Arizona. We're on Thursdays, I believe, on Cox Cable. And we're available for streaming. So you can watch the first 4 seasons of our television show if you download the Hey Vegas app. And that's going to be on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. So check us out. Our television show is different from our live. We feature restaurants, properties, entertainers. So check it out. And thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys again for subscribing to our channel. We appreciate you guys so much. We did see a couple of you when we stayed at the Cromwell last weekend. Thank you so much for saying hi. Somebody just recognized Carlos and said, oh, look, it's Carlos. So if you guys see us out, please say hello. We love to meet you guys and really show our appreciation in person for all of your support of our channel. And we did reach a milestone over the new year. We crossed 14,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for all of the support here on our YouTube channel. Check out our other social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're Ninth Island Connection. Thank you so much, Cliff. You're very, very kind. Appreciate you. See you next week, Lisa. Dion, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for popping in. DG, as always. Tiffany, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Tracy Ellison, yes. Yeah, we're pretty excited to reach that milestone. Who knows where we'll end at the end of 2024. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time.